Happy Wednesday. Today we're going to do a power yoga class, and I hope we enjoy it. Just going to press some music. All right, so just reminding ourselves when we're doing our yoga practice that we want to think about our dynamic stability. So all four corners of our feet are on the mat. We're aligning our spine, nice elongated spine, lowering our shoulders, our core is engaged, we're hinging at our hips, and we always have a slight bend in our knees. We want to let go of judgment, competition, and expectation, listen to our breathing, how our body's feeling, and just be in the moment. And hopefully we'll have a nice yoga practice this morning. All right, so today, we are going to start with our moonflower. We're going to reach up to the sky, hinge at our hips, bend at our arms, and then reach up high. All four corners of our feet are on the mat. Really elongating our spine. A lot of times when we're sitting a lot, or even when we're doing high impact, our spine takes a lot. We want to try to give it a nice stretch. And now as we reach up, we're just going to hinge at our hips, flow our hands down to our mat, and then reach back up high. We've moved into our sunflower. Really feeling the stretch on our lower back. Our shoulders are back. And now we can choose. Either we can do our moonflower or we can do our sunflower, whatever's feeling really good today. One last flow, finding ourselves in mountain pose. We're going to move into our chair pose. We're going to hinge at our hips, bend at our knees, and lift our arms up to shoulder height. And slowly coming back up. Shoulders are back, core is engaged. Finding ourselves back in mountain pose. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale as we forward fold. So fingers are going to the mat. Now we're going to put all four corners of our hands on the mat. Nice big deep bend with our knee. And back up. Nice deep inhalation. Forward fold. We're just warming up, so we have a lot of bend in our knee. Inhale. Exhale as we go down. Remembering our breath. Super important as we're doing our movements. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Now when we're inhale and exhale, we're going to stay down in our forward fold. Starfish hands, so our fingers are wide apart. We're going to step back with our left foot and right foot into downward facing dog. And we're just going to lift our heels up and down. Arms are along our ears, our sit bones are up to the sky, and we're going to lower our knees onto our mat, lower our chest onto our thighs, placing our forehead on the mat into child's pose. Lifting off the ground, we're going to do our spinal balance. So we're going to lift our right arm and our left leg. The left leg goes back, our right arm goes up and down. Now we're going to lift our left arm and our right leg. When we're doing this, we're really trying to concentrate on squaring our hips to the mat. So if we had a ball on our bottom of our spine, it would be staying on there. back into neutral spine. Starting at the bottom of our spine, we're gonna arch our back up one vertebrae at a time. Our head is last to move. And then now, once again, from the bottom of our spine, arcing our back up, head is up. Always our head is last to move as we move through cat and cow. And sometimes our movements might not be perfect, but we're striving for good technique. And that's all we can be asking for. Finding ourselves back with a neutral spine, walking our knees back so we're in modified plank, lowering our elbows into crocodile, so our elbows are along our ribs, lowering our chest into cobra and looking up, pushing off the mat, finding ourselves in child's pose. Once again, modified plank, lowering into crocodile, elbows by our ribs, lowering into cobra, looking up, pushing off the mat into child's pose. And a few more times with this flow. One more time. Crocodile, cobra, looking up, pushing off, child's pose. Now we're on all fours. We're going to fold our toes underneath, push our hips up to the sky in downward facing dog. We're going to step forward with our right foot, step forward with our left foot. Nice deep inhalation, hinging at our hips, bending at our knees into chair pose. Good. Moving into our sun salutation. Nice deep inhalation, forward fold. We're going to step back with our right foot, lift our chest off of our left thigh in crescent lunge, placing our hands by our left foot, stepping back with our left foot into downward facing dog, shifting our weight into plank, lowering into crocodile, tops of our feet down on the mat, thighs off the mat, lifting our arms up, looking up straight, upward facing dog, folding our toes underneath, pushing our hips back up to the sky, stepping forward with our right foot, lifting our chest off of our thigh into lunge, placing our hands by our right foot, stepping forward with our left. Nice deep inhalation, hinging at our hips into chair pose. We're going to do a few different types of chair pose fairly soon. Nice deep inhalation, forward fold. This time we're going to step back with our left leg. We're going to lift our chest off of our right thigh, crescent lunge, placing our hands by our right foot, stepping back into downward facing dog, shifting our weight into plank, lowering into crocodile, laces down, looking up to the sky in upward facing dog, holding our toes underneath, pushing our hips back up to the sky, stepping forward with our left foot, forward lunge, placing our hands by our left foot, stepping forward with our right. Inhalation, exhale into chair pose. Good, nice deep inhalation, forward fold. We're going to try to go through this sun salutation a little faster. Stepping back with our right foot, lifting our chest off of our left thigh, placing our left hand and right hand by our left foot, downward facing dog, shifting our weight into plank, lowering into crocodile, laces down, looking up, upward facing dog, folding our toes back underneath, hips up to the sky in downward facing dog. Stepping forward with our right foot, arms are along our ears, placing our hands by our right foot, stepping forward with our left. Nice deep inhalation, exhale into chair pose. One more time. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale, hands forward fold. Stepping back with our left foot. Lifting our chest off of our right thigh. Placing our hands by our right foot. Stepping back into downward facing dog. Shifting our weight into plank. Lowering into crocodile. Laces down. Upward facing dog. Holding our toes underneath. Pushing our hips back up to the sky. Stepping forward with our left foot. Forward lunge. Placing our hands by our left foot. Stepping forward with our right foot. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale into sun salutation. So there we might have been getting a little warmer, a little, maybe even breathing a little heavier. So that's kind of in our idea of a sort of more of a power workout. So now we're going to move into our workout or mountain 2 phase. Here we're going to bend down into chair pose, hinging at our hips. And now we're going to place our hands in prayer position. And we're going to turn our left elbow onto the outside of our right thigh, keeping our knees and feet together. I had to move mine a little closer. Bringing our arm back to the middle, releasing our hands and up. Nice deep inhalation, forward fold, stepping back into downward facing dog. Stepping forward, nice deep inhalation, exhale into chair pose. Placing our hands in prayer position. Now moving our right elbow to the outside of our left thigh, twisting, feeling the nice stretch in our lower back. Bringing our hands back to center, releasing our hands. Nice deep inhalation, forward fold, stepping back with our left, stepping back with our right foot into downward facing dog. Stepping forward with our right foot and left. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale. Once again, nice deep inhalation. Forward fold. Stepping back with our right foot. We're going to lift our chest off of our left thigh into crescent lunge. Nice deep bend in our front leg. And once again, we're going to take our hands and put them in prayer position or at our chest. And we're going to bring our left elbow and bring it up to the outside of our left thigh. So right elbow to the outside of our left thigh, feeling a nice twist in our lower back. Twisting crescent lunge. And slowly coming back to center. Placing our hands by our left foot, stepping back into downward facing dog. Stepping forward with our left foot, stepping forward with our right foot. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale, forward fold. This time stepping back with our left foot. Lifting our chest off of our thigh into crescent lunge. Placing our hands in pray position, bringing our left elbow onto the outside of our right thigh, twisting crescent lunge, feeling a nice stretch in our lower back. And once again, bringing hands forward, placing our hands by our right foot, stepping back into downward facing dog. Stepping forward with our right foot, stepping forward with our left foot. Nice deep inhalation and exhale. Moving into our warrior flow, we're going to forward fold, step back with our left foot. We're going to lift our chest off our right thigh, move our arms along our ears into warrior one. Nice deep bend with our warrior one. Our back foot, our heel is a 45-degree angle to the side of the mat. Now we're going to lower our right and left arm to shoulder height into warrior two. We're going to bring our back toes, so now they're pointing to the front of the mat. Sorry, to the side of the mat. That was confusing. Nice deep bend. Maybe we can challenge ourselves and go a little deeper. We're going to lowering our left arm, bringing our right arm up high, hinging at our sides, and we've moved into reverse warrior. Lowering our right hand. Here we're going to straighten our front leg, our right leg. We're going to bring our right hand, trail it down, our right shin, open up our hips and look over our left shoulder. We moved into triangle. Lowering our left hand, bring our right hand up, turning our left foot forward, placing our hands by our bent right knee, stepping forward. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale, finding ourselves in mountain pose. This time we're going to forward fold and we're going to step back with our right foot, lifting our chest off of our left thigh. Arms are along our ears into warrior one. Our back heel is down, 45-degree angle of our toes to the side of the mat. We're feeling strong. Our feet are rooted to the ground. Our core is stabilizing ourselves. Our arms are along our ears, maybe going for a deeper bend. Lowering our arms, turning our toes to the side of the mat into warrior two. Bringing our left arm up, our right arm down, and feeling us hinging at our sides here. Reverse warrior. Maybe a little deeper. Lowering our left hand, turning our right foot forward, bending at our left knee, hands on the floor, stepping forward. Nice deep inhalation and exhale. Deep inhalation, hands onto the floor, stepping back with our right foot. We're going to straighten our left leg, and we're going to do triangle again, where we trail our left hand down our left shin, looking over our left shoulder. What we're trying to do is really have our hips opened up. I know I need to be concentrating on that more. Some of us might just be here. Some of us might have a little more of a bend, and that's okay. Bringing our right hand down, placing our hands by our left foot into pyramid. Some of us will have a deeper bend than others, and once again, that's okay. If we need to be on our fingertips for a pyramid, that's okay as well. And now we might even have a more of a bend. We're going to put our right hand down. We're going to lift our left hand up and twist. So twisting triangle. Lowering our left hand to our left foot. Bending with our left leg. Stepping forward with our right leg. Nice deep inhalation and exhale. Now moving on to our other side. I'm going to, no, I'll just leave. I'm going to forward fold, stepping back with our, stepping back with our left leg, trailing our right hand, move in a bit, trailing our right hand down, our right shin, lifting our left elbow up. Hips are nice and aligned, opened up hips. And now some of us will have a deeper bend here, placing our right hand onto the ground, placing our left hand onto the ground into our pyramid. Once again, it should be feeling good. Get even more of a bend in our right leg because we're going to place our left hand on the ground. We're going to bring our right arm up, twisting triangle. And slowly lowering our right hand down. And now this time, we're going to walk our hands to the middle of the mat, and we're just going to do a standing straddle. So some of us are going to be up here, some of us might have knees bent, remembering it's whatever feels good to us. If we want to challenge ourselves, maybe wrapping our fingers around our big toes. And now turning our toes to the back of our mat. So our right foot is in front and we're going to step forward. Nice deep inhalation and exhale. Good. Now moving into our dolphin phase. We're going to take a nice deep inhalation, exhale, stepping back into plank. Lowering our knees, lowering our chest onto our thighs into child's pose. Our arms are along the mat, our forehead is on the mat. Now we're going to lift our sit bones off the ground. We're going to keep our forearms, so our elbow to our wrist and hands on the mat. We're going to fold our toes underneath, and we're going to push our hips up to the sky in dolphin. And now in the next move, some of us are just going to move here to downward facing dog. Some of us are going to need to go on our knees, lift our hands, lift our elbows so we're on our hands, fold our toes, and then we're in downward facing dog. Either one works. And now we're going to lift our right leg up. And I'm hitting something, but lining ourselves, arms along our ears, lowering our right foot down, lowering our knees, holding our chest onto our thighs into child's pose. Keeping our elbows, wrists, and hands on the ground, lifting our hips, folding our toes underneath, pushing our hips up to the sky in dolphin. And then moving into downward facing dog by either lifting ourselves up into downward facing dog or lower our knees, moving onto our hands and moving into downward facing dog. And now lifting our left leg up into three-legged downward facing dog. Hips are square to the mat, arms are along our ears. Lowering our left leg, lowering our knees onto the ground, placing our chest onto our thighs into child's pose. Pushing onto all fours, holding our toes, pushing into downward facing dog, stepping forward with our right foot and our left foot. Nice deep inhalation, exhale, and finding our breath and into mountain pose. Moving into our balance phase. Here, we're going to do warrior 3. Making sure we're trying to move our hips so that they're pointing to the ground. That is something focusing for me that I know I need to do. So we're going to bend, have a nice bend in our right leg, and we're going to hinge at our hips. We're going to lift our left leg up. We're going to lift our left leg off the ground. Some of us will be here, some of us here, some of us will be up high, whatever we choose. So hinging at our hips, leg up high, however that looks for us. Arms up if we feel, or we can keep our arms along our waist. Trying to point our hips to the ground. And we're going to slowly lower, and we're going to try not to have our left leg touch the ground. And now we're going to move into eagle pose. That's where our foot might be at the side, might be at the other side, or we might be able to wrap our leg around. So our left leg around our right leg, and our left arm around our right arm. Now releasing our arms and releasing our legs. Good. How did that feel? Did our balance work today, reminding ourselves, don't be hard on ourselves. Sometimes our balance is better than others. So now, and I'm going to maybe face forward here. Nice bend in our left leg, hinging at our hips, lifting our left leg off, or sorry, right leg off the ground. Nice stabilization in our left leg. Four corners of our feet are on the ground. Lifting our back leg, however we feel comfortable. Slowly coming back up. Oops, I touched. We're going to try not to touch. And then we're going to wrap our right leg around our left in eagle's pose. Right arm around our left. If we get out of balance, just put ourselves back into the pose. Really flexing at our core, engaging that core. Our glutes are activated. Releasing our hands and releasing our legs. Good. Nice deep inhalation. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into downward facing dog. Our heels might be closer to the ground now because we're warmer. We're actually moving more into a cool down phase. Lowering our knees onto the mat, folding our chest onto our thighs. And this time we're going to do wide-legged child's pose. So we're going to move our knees out from the outside of our ribs, placing our forehead on the mat. Sit bones are trying to be as close to our heels as possible. Lifting our sit bones off the ground, lowering our left hip onto the ground and our right. So we're on our sit bones. We're going to do tabletop, so our hands are going to point towards our feet. We're going to lift our hips up. Our ankles are going to be directly below our knees. And we're trying to go for a flat body here. So as if we were able to put a plate on our stomach and it would not fall off. And lowering our sit bones onto the ground. Now maybe taking those cushions that we like to sit on because we're going to try to get our balance, because we're going to do boat pose. We're going to take our peace fingers and wrap them around our big toes. We can do half boat pose, where our knees are nice and bent, or we can move into full boat pose. Engaging our core so we stabilize ourselves, so we're sitting up, feeling the strength in our bodies, balancing ourselves, being proud of our bodies, going, yes. Bending at our knees, releasing our toes, our right foot and left foot down, straightening our left leg. We're going to bend our right leg. Here, we can leave our right leg where it is, or we can place it over our left leg. We're going to bring that knee close to us. Some of us are going to be here, and that's okay. As close as we feel comfortable. We're going to hug that knee, and we're going to look over, so we're hugging our right knee. We're going to look over our right shoulder, however that feels comfortable. Some of us might want to put a hand at the back. And releasing our knee, letting our right leg go to the other side of our left leg, straightening our right leg, bending our left leg. Some of us here, some of us here, some of us here. Some of us might want to put our right leg on the other side of our left leg, or sorry, our left leg on the other side of our right leg, hugging our left leg in tight and looking over our left shoulder. And releasing our knee, bending both our legs, lowering our spine onto the mat, Here we're going to do a little bit of ab work. We're going to we're going to place our hands diamond just so it's supporting our back of our head. We're not going to yank on our head. We're going to bring our left knee towards our left shoulder. And now we're going to bring our right knee towards our left shoulder. A few more times. Nice. Lowering our head onto the mat, lifting our knees towards our chest and hugging our knees to our chest. Releasing our thighs. And now taking our peace fingers once again around our toes. Some of us will be here, some of us will be a little straighter in the legs. This is our big toe grab here. So once again, if our knees are bent, that's okay. And releasing our toes, bringing our knees to the outside of our chest. This is called dead bug. Releasing our knees, straightening our right leg, straightening our left leg, placing our palms facing the ceiling or the sky, closing our eyes. And now we've moved into our last move is Savasana, and we're going to think of relaxation. So we're going to mentally and physically relax our parts of our body, thinking of the arches of our feet and relaxing them. Thinking of relaxing our shins and our calves. Think about them and physically relax them. The muscles around our knees, relaxing our thighs, relaxing the stomach muscles and our pelvis, however that goes. Relaxing our chest muscles, easy breath, bringing our shoulders away from our ears, relaxing our arms, relaxing our neck muscles, relaxing the muscles around our mouth and our cheeks. Eyes are relaxed, muscles around our eyes relaxed. And we're just picturing beautiful waves on a sandy shore, just rolling up and back on the shore. It's sunset, so it's very peaceful, quiet time of day. The sun is almost disappearing in the water, so there's all these beautiful colors in the sky of red and yellow and orange. And we're relaxed. The sun disappears over the horizon, and we're relaxed. We're going to stay in that position until we feel we would like to get out of that position. We're hoping that you are feeling all relaxed. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.